Good morning, friends. Today we will start with the first lesson of grammar and we are going to talk about nouns. As all of you know, that nouns are naming words. They are used to talk about either particular names or general names, right? That is what nouns are. So, what grammarians have done is they have classified or categorized or put them into different batches or groups, right? So let's look at those various batches and groups in which the nouns have been put and what are they called, because in the examinations you may be asked what is what kind of a noun, or even if you are not asked, it will help you to know what is what kind of a noun. So let's start now. The first category is a common noun. Common means something which is not specific, which is not particular, right? It can be used for anything. So for example, I say I am sitting on a stool. Stool. There may be more stools and they don't have specific names. So stool is a common noun. Stool. I am teaching in a room. So, room. I am writing on a board. So, board. Now, the next category of noun is a proper noun. Proper means a very specific name given to a specific person, place, animal, or a thing. That is how the definition goes, right? So, let's suppose I say I live in Haldwani. So, Haldwani, Haldwani. It's a proper noun. It's a name given to a specific city where I live, which is in India. India, right? So India is a specific country. My daughter's name is Niyati. Niyati. So specific name, right? I read a book called Dr. Jivago. So Dr. Zivago. It's the name of a specific book. So I read that. Right, so these are proper nouns. Now something you must have noticed with proper nouns, I wrote each of the words with a capital letter. So this is something which is very, very important with a proper noun. Each of the proper nouns start with a capital letter. Next category of nouns is a collective noun. Collective noun. Now let's suppose there is a group of lions. So all the lions are similar, right? They are the same species, right? So what would I say? A pride of lions. A pride of lions. A bevy of quails. Quails are birds. A bevy of quails. A herd of cattle, and so on and so forth. So these are all collective nouns. Group of specific things. Then we have something called an abstract noun. Now when you talk about an abstract noun, they refer to things which can only be experienced, right? You cannot eat them, right? You cannot taste them, right? But you can always feel them. So for example, if I say joy, joy means happiness. So joy, happiness, sorrow, knowledge, and so on and so forth. They are all abstract nouns. So they don't have a definite form, right? You can't see them, you can't eat them, you can't feel them, you can't catch them. So these are all abstract nouns. Now further, these nouns also have been divided in another category, which is called countable and uncountable. Now, if you look at the name countable, it means something which can be counted. Yes? So, countable nouns can be either one or many. Yes? So, for example, let's say pen. So, I can have one pen or I can have two pens. Book, one book, two books. Man, one man, and many men, M-E-N, right? One boy, many boys, right? So pen, pens. So they can be singular or plural, right? So that is what happens with countable nouns. Uncountable nouns, we cannot count them. So all your abstract nouns anyways will be uncountable, because you cannot count joy, you cannot count happiness, you cannot count sorrow, you cannot count knowledge. Similarly, there can be other material nouns. So when I say material nouns are concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are things, which can be used to make other things, right? Or which can be felt, seen, touched or heard. Now, when we talk about uncountable nouns, so for example, if I say sugar, so temple bells behind my house, sugar. Sugar is uncountable. You cannot count sugar. You will not take out sugar and say 1, 2, 3, 4 sugar. Right? You can have 4 bags of sugar. Bags are countable, but sugar is not. Salt, sand, right? Gold. See, gold is a concrete noun, it's a material noun, but it cannot be counted as a metal. You may have one ring made of gold, but you cannot count gold, right? Silver. So all these are uncountable nouns. Any liquid also. For example, if I say water, so water is uncountable. Any kind of a gas, if I say oxygen, oxygen is uncountable, right? Name of your subjects, grammar. So grammar is uncountable. Maths is uncountable. Now you might be thinking, why is sir not writing them with a capital letter? Why? Because they are not proper nouns. They are just uncountable nouns. Remember this, right? I will take it up in a separate lecture, or maybe later in the same lecture. So thank you. We'll pause here and we'll continue.